Hey guys, welcome to Wait a Minute. My videos, my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you on the road again. Whew, I do a lot of driving lately. Holy cow, I'm telling you. But that's okay. My shirt's off. Cute. Probably will hear GPS in a minute because you know what? I don't know where I'm going exactly, but I got a guide. I got something that will take me there. I have stuff to say, but I have so much to say, I don't know where to start. Well, let's start with GPS, okay? God's positioning system. GPS is an amazing thing, and then let's talk about the one in my car, for example. For the most part, it's like magic. It's unreal how magic it is because it's so accurate. I was driving one day, and it's getting more common now, but I was driving one day, and it was I was shocked. I thought it was being funny. It said roadkill ahead. And sure enough, not too far from me then was a big old dead raccoon in the middle of the road. He was bloated and big, and sure enough, and then it says still there or not there. And you click still there if it's there, whatever, blah blah. And I think that's amazing. It tells you the pitfalls ahead of you. It tells danger, warning, road, car on side of road or something like that, or warning, hidden police or whatever. Because it's interactive, people put in stuff or whatever else. Anyway, that's my GPS in my car. However, we're not talking about that GPS. We're talking about God's positioning system. There is so much I can't cover all that in this short amount of time, but I'm going to try to get a little bit out there. We don't always know where we're going, you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of times people will just go out and push into whatever it is, and they won't have any idea what they're doing or where they're going or anything else. They know the address maybe, or they know the area maybe, but they drive and drive and drive until, women always make fun of men for doing it, drive and and they won't ask directions of anybody, and they drive around circles, blah, blah, blah. I know that some men do that. I also know that some women, well, I won't start a war right now. But to drive around with no direction is, like, to me, one of the scariest feelings in the world. Because you know that you're trying to go somewhere, you know that you got a specific time you got to be there, and you have no idea where the place is. That's a scary feeling. And especially if it's like you're on your way to a hospital or to a whatever, and something that's or somebody, like in my case, somebody might call and say that they're having a bad acid trip or some other emergency type thing that I need to get there. And while that's going on, I'm trying to find the place without knowing where the place is. I've done that once before, where I had to drive around and I had like one little simple thing, and I had to try to find that. And the girl that called me was like, okay, and then there's this guy that was in trouble, had alcohol poisoning, was dying, and I got this call, and the girl wasn't from there. She didn't really know what she was talking about. She just said, we're in this one place, and they're doing this, and there's this thing, and da 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 da, and I'm going, well, give me something. What do you see? Well, I see trees, and there's a building, and there's a big trash bin, and like, that could be anywhere. Where are you? Finally, she said something that I recognized. She said, there's a van with flowers on it. So I'm like, there's only one place I know where there's a van with flowers on it, but I'm not positive where it is, but I can get close. If I get close enough, I'll see that, So I was looking, I was driving, it's late at night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever, and finally I saw the van, and the van led me to the place where I was supposed to be. And good news of the story is the boy got taken to the hospital. He's all good. At least he was all good last time I saw him. I mean, he was all good that night. They I don't know what they did to him, but they made him better fast. And I said all that to say this. I was going somewhere that God sent me, and I didn't know exactly where I was going. I did have one clue that there was a van with flowers on it, but I don't know where that van with flowers on it was. I've seen it before, but I didn't know where it was. I left the house that night praying to God that I could find wherever it was I was supposed to be going. And I drove, and I walked, and whatever else. And I finally found it, and it turned out good because that was God leading me, okay? And there's so many times that God leads us in our lives, we just don't realize it. You know, yeah, I got a GPS system in my car, but you know what happens sometimes when you're going out in the boonies? It loses a signal, and then you're on, like, it's memory, basically, and you could run out and not have any signal at all and nothing. Done that before, riding through the mountains in Arkansas, and like all of a sudden there's no GPS. I had a guess after that, but I had lived in that area for a bit, so I could guess, and I finally found where we were going. But anyway, said all that to say this: God's positioning system is way more accurate, and it won't dog out on you. God's positioning system works all the time. It may not be as clear as some woman's voice or some man or whoever. I have a Australian woman on mine, which is really cool. But anyway, it might not be one of those voices. It might just be a feeling or some oddity, like a map or whatever. It gets handed to you, and all of a sudden you know where you're going, or it looks familiar, and you follow God's directions and get there. It's not just in traveling. I've used that as an example, but our whole life is traveling. We're traveling through life. It's a journey. And life is all about the journey, because the destination is when you're finished. And when you're finished, you're dead. You know, and I believe you either then go to heaven or hell, but when you finish life, that's no, okay, so now I got there. Well, I'm dead. You know? So, here's my dealio. So many of us, Christians, non-Christians, people that sort of believe, people that don't believe at all, whatever, agnostics, atheists, Satanists, every ist there is out there. I'm not slamming on any one person at all. I don't have, but how about this one? Mormons. Said that for my Mormon boys. But anyway.
1,000 feet. Use the middle lane to continue straight.
Use the middle lane? No. Okay, sorry, I had to listen to her. No matter who you are, believer, non-believer, all different belief systems, there is a God, and there is a heaven, and there is a hell, and I have all kinds of things to say about that. If you ever want to call me and talk about it, or text me and talk about it, that's all good. But I'm not going to push any of that on anybody right now. I'm just saying this. There is God's positioning system. It does work. It is there. And you'll find out if you ever get in a really, a nasty bind, you don't know what you're going to do. Don't lean on your own understanding. Pray. Talk to God. Ask Him to show you the way. And I'm not talking about just, like, obviously, I said not traveling, like in your car. I got this really annoying GPS that's talking to me now, but I need her, though. I need her. So, some people don't like to call on God. They feel stupid, or they don't believe, or whatever. But call on Him. Try to use His GPS system, God's positioning system. Try to use that and see what happens. When you're walking through life and you don't know what's going to happen next, you don't know if you're going to move, stay, take this job or that job or whatever, get married or whatever your situation is, God's positioning system will put you where you need to go. But you have to listen and you have to pay attention. That's the hard part. Everybody has trouble with that. I do too. I trust God just with everything completely. But at the same time, sometimes I question, like, He'll show me something and I'll be like, are you sure about that? Because I don't really know. And then, like, in the back of my mind, I can hear God say, which one of us created the world and did all of these things and healed your body and all that? Okay, God, I understand. I get it. I know, I'm being dumb. But that's the thing. Let God's positioning system put you where you need to be. Let God guide you. Let God put you in your best life and doing the most amazing things. And you'll find that you're a lot happier with that GPS than you are with the one in your car. Love you guys. Hope that makes sense. See you. Bye.